The Summoner Assassin build has taken ranked play by storm. Everyone's talking about this, rush level 8 build, get Zed singed and win. But I know what happened when you tried it. You hit or you miss, you're getting first or 8th, bringing you inconsistency to your games. But the Summoner Assassin build has brought me peace. My name is Jinx JK, and I'm going to take you through a detailed guide with the early, mid, and late game transitions of this build. Let's check it out. This is the most flexible build I've played. It revolves around 5 units. That's it. After that, you basically decide based on the lobby, based on the map, or just on what the game is giving you. Almost always, though, you want to try and add in Mystic after these 5 units, with the key Mystic being Soraka. Why Soraka? Because you do want to eventually try to get a Talisman of Light, add that to the Zed, and that just makes the comp really strong, almost guaranteeing you a first place finish. Now, if it's a cloud map for your Mystic, you can go Janna. Otherwise, look to eventually replace that Janna with the Nami. If it is not a cloud map, you can stick with the Janna when it is the cloud map. Let's quickly take a look at items and some item prioritization. Right away from that first carousel, you want to start thinking about Zed items, and the two biggest ones are Dragon Claw and Phantom Dancer. These are the strongest defensive items in the game right now. Now, usually after these two, I like going an offensive item. I don't like doing 3 defensive, for example. If I have these two, I don't want to add in a Guardian Angel on top of it, a Redemption on top of it, a Talisman of Light. I usually just want 2 defensive items. And so for my offensive item, I like using either the Ionic Spark, the Infinity Edge, or if there's too many Phantom Dancers going around, we're looking at the Death Blade. Now, if you know you're going to be getting Mystics in, here's probably my preferred triple item combination, if you will. It would be the Phantom Dancer, the Talisman of Light, and then one of the 3 that we said, Ionic Spark, Infinity Edge, or the Death Blade. Now, as a side note, another great item, outside of these, from the first few carousels, you want to look to pick up Morello whenever you can and use that on a unit like Zyra, like the Nasus, because this will help you in the early game so much. And then that Morello eventually does get swapped over to the Nami, or even the one, the only, the Running Man himself. Let's look at some early game variations. If you're interested in a leveling guide, do check out my Nocturne carry build. I include a very detailed leveling guide in that video. I'll put the link down in the description. So first up, we have our early game units in the Diana, Zyra, and Renekton. And then we're looking to add in the Qiyana and Azir, and this is so beautiful. Look at this, 1 off of Assassin, 1 off of Inferno, 1 off of Summoner. So at level 6, you add whichever one you get. If you're already on the Inferno map, you already have Inferno because Qiyana will be an Inferno. But at this stage, you're looking to just, at the level 6, you're looking to add in which one you get. Now, here's a small little tip. These units you can look to upgrade, these ones here. Why? Because Azir, Qiyana are in the final build, and 1-cost units are easily replaceable at a no gold loss. The unit you're adding here, it's just for their synergy, so no need to upgrade the Nocturne unless you land like 3 Nocturnes in one roll, right? Go for it. It's a good power spike. We'll replace it later on, even though we're going to be losing a little bit of gold. So you get the Assassin, add in the Assassin. You get a Summoner, add in the Summoner. You're looking for Inferno. Where's our beautiful Kindred? Here we go. You can add in the Kindred. You land across a Lucky Annie. Boom, you have both Inferno and Summoner. Another very popular opener is the Woodland opener. And from this point, you can just look to add in Assassins to complete that with the LeBlanc. Another one, if you don't have the LeBlanc, you're using the Nico. That's fine. We're looking to add in either the deserts. You don't got the deserts, no problem. You can use the summoners. Here's an early game example from one of my games. I did happen to upgrade our Nasus before the Zyra, so we slammed the Morello on him instead. And we got our Oceans online with the Thresh and Syndra. You've hit level 7, and now this is where the 4 costs come out to play, and we're looking to get our build online. We're going to be using our summoners in Annie or the Yorick, whichever one you're hitting. And once you've got the Kha'Zix and Azir combo going on, the Renekton is no longer needed. You're looking to replace it with a stronger frontliner, for example, the Nautilus, especially if this is an ocean map where you're getting that ocean buff in the Nautilus and Kiana. And here we have an example of our level 7 build. We have some beautiful synergies going on in Summoner, Ocean Warden, Inferno, and Desert, all in at this point. We're getting into the late game, and this is where we're looking to add in our key piece, the Zed. Now, if you're not finding the Zed, do not panic, do not roll down all your gold. Just look to finish off the synergies that you haven't yet. Add in that Inferno buff. You can get in that Warden Ocean buff with the Thresh. You can look to just add in the Nami, right? You will be hitting some 5-cost units on the level 8 roll downs. But once we're getting that Zed, this is where it frees up a lot of space. As he's both an assassin and a summoner, we can now take out the Zyra, and here's where we're adding in our mystics in the Soraka and either the Janna or the Nami. Now, this 8 slot can be anything. This build is super flexible. If you have the Nautilus already, stick with the Nautilus. If you were using electrics early on, you can keep one of them, or the Volibear or the Ornn, whichever one you have upgraded. You happen to roll across an electric Lux, go ahead and use that. And of course, as always, we can, funnily enough, just throw in a Singed 2 with Morello. There we go. Here's an example of my own late game build coming together. I make the mistake of going the triple defensive items. Do not do this in your games. I learned from this. And if you can see here, I do have the Soraka ready on the bench right there. And basically what's going to happen is we're going to, as soon as we hit the Nami, we're going to be taking out the Thresh for the Nami, dropping the Annie for the Soraka, giving us the powerful Mystic buff. That brings us to the end of the video. Come say hi on my live stream. Until then, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.